Imitation of Life is a 1959 American melodrama. Heavy on the mellow.
Them strings was working. Them strings were working.
Directed by Douglas Sirk. Stars Lana Turner, John Gavin, with supporting roles by Sandra Dee, Don O'Herlihy, Susan Kohner, Robert Alda, Alan Alda, Robert Alda, his father, and Juanita Moore. Gospel singer Mahalia Jackson appears in one scene as a church choir soloist.
Yes, she does.
This is the second film adapting the 1933 novel of same name by Fannie Hurst, released by Universal International and considered one of the classic films of all time. In fact, it was selected in 2015 for preservation by the National Film Registry, finding it culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant. 1959's Imitation of Life was Vincent's selection for this stop on the Micheaux Mission. Vincent, what say you of Imitation of Life?
Well, as we've kind of intimated, this is an important film.
Mm-hmm.
This is very much an important film, and this is as much as I tease you about watching old movies and this, that, and the other. This is very much on the level of craft.
Mm-hmm.
The type of film that you understand why people are drawn to these old films. As you said, this is a film that I would argue is mainly celebrated because of Douglas Sirk's direction. And it is a masterfully directed film. Like, just the pieces, just it opens with for me was an amazingly complicated sequence on it's an outside shot on a beach with dozens of extras,
hundreds
running around. He's able to block the shots in a way that you see all the players, you see it put together in a way, and you contrast that with quiet moments that he does very well. You contrast that with these sort of glamour shots of Lana Turner. You see the way that the orchestration is integrated into the film. Again, you understand just on that level why this film would be celebrated.
Yeah, the aesthetics of it.
Along those lines, we joke about Hollywood stars and who is a star and who was a star, and people who have old Hollywood feel to them. Like, they don't make stars like they used to. We talk about people like Denzel Washington or George Clooney, and
that's the one.
These actors who are actually larger than life. And Lana Turner is one of those actors.
Yes.
When we talk about the film itself, as you said, it is the second adaptation of the novel Imitation of Life. And unlike the 1934 version, which we've reviewed, and in a lot of ways, I think this is going to be a bookend or a companion review to our earlier review. They changed the plot a little bit in the film, where with both the book and the 1934 adaptation of the book, the plot revolves around this relationship between this white woman and this black woman and their children, but the relationship is based on a business.
Yeah.
Where there's a pancake business, and then the two sort of travel through life based on this. Whereas this
And then the original, just to put it in there, was featured Claudette Colbert, and Louise Beavers. And in this one, the Lana Turner character is an actress who is she's a struggling actress who then becomes a well-known actress on Broadway. And as every single solitary critic who's ever looked at this film has pointed out, and everyone who has any ounce of sense at all knows, this plot point is changed so that you can get Lana Turner in Lana Turner gowns. Exactly. And jewelry.
And the fix is in immediately, because during the opening credits,
there you go,
where they're saying this person, that person, the other person, Lana Turner's jeweler and Lana Turner's wardrobe person get their own separate credits.
Yes, they do.
In the opening credits.
Yes, in the opening credits that feature a rain of diamonds.
Oh, so that you know what it is.
Exactly.
Like, we're going to have Lana Turner in this thing. We're going to have Lana Turner in this thing. And you get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you get it. Like I think not only does Lana Turner have this amazing presence. Like I haven't seen Lana Turner in you know the name, and as I mentioned when we were doing 6 Degrees of D'Urville Martin, like I've watched Peyton Place, but Lana Turner is an actress that I know more by reputation,
yes,
than having seen her. But I understood immediately how Lana Turner is Lana Turner. What I was even more impressed, because I think it's one thing to have this wonderful presence. I thought Lana Turner did a wonderful job conveying this character who has a story arc. The beginning of the film, I honestly believe she's this struggling widow who's just trying to chase this dream that both the text and the subtext are saying she's too old to be chasing.
Yeah.
And then by the end, she very much embodies a woman who has learned some lessons, who is mature, who is in a completely different place than she was at the beginning of the film. So much like the direction, much like the cinematography, much like the set design and the fashions, I understand the appeal of this film for Lana Turner and the acting of Lana Turner. The new plot for Lana Turner, where she is pursuing this career in show business and becomes this stage, and there are two love interests, but even the way she oscillates between these two love interests, there's the playwright who is part of her professional life, David Edwards, played by Dan Hurley, who I'm assuming is a working actor from this moment.
He is.
And he's fine. And, of course, John Gavin,
yes,
who plays her main love interest, Steve, who don't know a lot about John Gavin, but clearly he's a guy who's in these movies.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Like, everything about John Gavin says, I'm the love interest in a movie starring somebody else that you came to see. Also fine. But I thought this film handled her love life in a way more nuanced manner than frankly I would expect from a 50s melodrama.
Yes.
Her daughter grows up and is played by Sandra Dee. And this is fairly early in Sandra Dee's career. And Sandra Dee has always been kind of a light, bubblegummy,
that's her thing,
slight actress. But you also understand why Sandra Dee is Sandra Dee.
Why she became like the it girl.
Like you understand why Sandra Dee came out of a room and there were 50 bloodied bodies of light, bubbly actresses in the room. And she was the one that emerged triumphant. And the scenes with Sandra Dee, I think, have a certain amount of watchability.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's this really bizarre subplot where her character who plays Lana Turner's character, Laura's daughter,
Yeah.
starts hanging out with Steve, who is the love interest
John Gavin character, yeah,
of
Laura.
And she starts to develop a crush on him, but it's shown in a really bizarre kind of way. Like they're going out on very adult dates.
They are. They are.
So just on the level of, this is bizarre.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Mm-hmm. And I think she's supposed to be like 16, 17 years
I
old.
think she's 16, 17.
Yeah, because
right.
she's like graduating from
Right,
school.
which in 1959 is like being a 30-year-old woman.
Well,
but as you can probably glean, especially on a show called The Micheaux Mission,
dedicated to black films.
dedicated to black films, and we are talking about this film that is about a very uniquely African-American cultural phenomenon,
Mm-hmm.
passing,
Mm-hmm.
being a black person who pretends to be a white person.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the aspects that this very much has in common with the first film version, the story of passing is almost a subplot.
Mm.
As we said, Juanita Moore plays Annie.
Mm-hmm.
And Annie has her daughter, Sarah Jane.
Sarah Jane, played by Susan Connor.
And Sarah Jane
Conner.
is amazingly one note.
Mm-hmm.
From a child to an adult. She really, really hates being black.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she really, really wants to be white.
Wants to be considered white, yes.
And she really, really lashes out at her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the entirety
That's what she does.
of her character. Like there's nothing there, and so much so that she vanishes. Whether we're talking about her as a child or when there's a time jump as an adult, entire chunks of the film, she's not in it.
Mm.
And her plot is not really that important to the film, so that I had the bizarre watching experience where there would be these almost 10-minute chunks
Mm-hmm.
where we're concentrating on Laura's career, and Lana Turner has on these wonderful gowns,
Mm.
and there's the music, and there's this going on, and then it'll be a scene with Juanita Moore and Sarah Jane, oh, here we go with this bullshit. Yeah. Yeah, you hate being black. I get it. Oh, yeah, it's terrible. Uh-huh. Oh, no, right. You hate being... Can we get back to Lana Turner, please? And in Sarah Jane's defense, I think I hated being black watching this film.
Mm.
If the only real person representing blackness
Mm-hmm.
was Juanita Moore's
Annie.
Annie. Annie comes into the film
Here we go.
begging to work for Laura.
Not even work. She like, I just do it.
I just do it. Right, because Laura doesn't have any money. At least in the novel and the first movie, they're business partners.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not equal partners.
They're not equal partners.
But they are partners. In this, Annie just wants to be around. And you know, much like you had the hand wave in the first film, there has to be some acknowledgement that her daughter is light enough to pass for white. Laura asks, what's the deal with your daughter? And Annie says, well, she favors her father, who looked like he could have been white. He left before she was born.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then when Laura asks, well, why are you wandering around the beach? She says, and this is a wonderful quote, so much so that I wrote it down. Annie says that she left wherever she came from to try and do something with Sarah Jane because, and I am quoting, my color deviled my baby. So I'm trying to find something for her. And then later on in the film, where Laura basically says to Annie, what is going on with Sarah Jane being such a brat? Can't you do something with her? And she says, how do I explain to, where is it? Because I wrote this down too. How do you explain to a child she was born to be hurt?
I know.
Annie is so one note. She is long suffering. She is servile. She is desexualized.
Oh, yeah.
She is actually a mammy character, so much so that, much like the first one, the big plot point for the Annie character is this funeral.
Yeah.
Like, I want to have this funeral. I got to have this great funeral. So moving towards the end of the film, like literally in the last 20 minutes, Annie, of course, gets sick. Ask me what's wrong with Annie.
What's wrong with Annie?
I don't know. I think the blackness just made her sick.
Well, she said she was having spells.
You're right.
Remember? She
Right.
said she was
She's
having spells.
And Laura, much like her counterpart in the first version, says to her, why don't you sit your simple ass down? And then,
I'll be all right.
I'll be all right. Here, let me rub your feet some more. Let me rub your feet. You sure look like you tired. But Annie is talking about, you know, when I die and you know, this is what I want in the church and the lodge and this, that, and the other. And Laura says to Annie, I didn't know you were in a lodge. I didn't know you were in it. And she gets this little spark of life where Annie goes, well, you never asked. And this could have had some type of heft to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as if it is showing that Laura is so self-centered, Laura, so that she never even went, but I want to say, how's she supposed to know you in a lodge, SLAVEY McFlapjacks? You don't do number one. Like, shit, I didn't know you was in a lodge. All I knew is you walked around with the apron on top of, oh, Miss Laura, I sure is. Why are you calling her Miss Laura? Oh, Miss Laura.
Did she call her? I think she called her Laura.
She did not call her
Miss
Laura.
Laura?
She go, Miss Laura, I sure is. Ooh, you. And then Laura would have her suitors come to. You better bring her back at a good time.
That's true. She did say that.
You sure, Miss Scarlett? I don't want you to be hungry no more. Oh, Miss Scarlett. There's a wonderful moment where Sarah Jane is asked to assist.
No.
And Sarah Jane
to help because guests have come over.
Because some guests have come over for Laura, of course, because Laura has this wonderful, fabulous, you know, because it covers this 10-year period. Where Laura has developed,
she's moved on
grown
up.
and moved on up, and Annie is still wandering around the kitchen in a apron making shrimp.
Well,
and Sarah Jane mocks her. You know, she comes out and says, oh, well, my mama sure belonged. She belonged to this one, but now she belongs to Miss Laura. And Laura is, of course, scandalized.
like,
and she goes in.
Clutch her pearls.
But I want Laura to say to Annie,
get your daughter.
Get your daughter, but also stop acting like your ass isn't gone with the wind, and maybe she wouldn't act like this.
Well, yeah, but Laura wouldn't see it. She wouldn't see that.
Laura very much sees, because Laura says to Sarah Jane, I've never treated you like that.
No, she said, we've never
treated you like that. Right. Like, we've never done this. And both Laura and, I just forgot Laura's daughter's name. Susie, there's never a moment where they act like Annie is working for them. It's all Annie.
No, you're right.
This is
also what Annie does.
And this character, Annie, is like patient zero. Like, you and I have been doing this damn near 10 years now, and we look at these movies, and we've talked about The Help, and we've talked about Driving Miss Daisy, and it comes up periodically, and we talk about these black characters that are purely the product of the white imagination.
Yes.
And Annie is just cut whole cloth out of someone who you would think would know better, because they talk about the history of this novel, which was I just lost it.
Fannie Hurst.
Which was written by Fannie Hurst, and they talk about Fannie Hurst supported the black arts, and you know, Zora Neale Hurston worked for her briefly.
Yep.
You would think she would know better.
Yeah.
Well, apparently not. So that obviously you don't want Sarah Jane to treat her mother the way she treats her mother. Obviously, you don't think that she should think that blackness is a curse and something to run away from. But the way race is configured in this film, I think she has a much stronger argument than she should. So that as a dispassionate audience, as someone who is putting this in the context of a racialized text. I mean, it's one thing for this to happen in 1934, but this is 1959.
Yeah.
Like, Raisin in the Sun is on Broadway. Like, there's absolutely no reason to have this type of rendering of this subject like this. I mean, hell, Pinky was made 10 years before this, and I think Pinky handles it with much more nuance.
Yes,
like what I had, you know, we talked about Ethel Waters. Like, Ethel Waters' character would have slapped the shit out of Annie. Like, what are you doing? So that on a technical level, I think it's a good film. Full stop.
Yes.
And as a racialized text, I think it is super important, because every caricature, every stereotype, every one-note servile black thing that you have seen in film, I think it is a straight line to this Annie character.
Yeah, I agree. And it is an amazing film. Like, the money is on the screen. And he talked about Lana Turner and her gowns and her jewelry, and, you know, she looks amazing in the movie. And as amazing as she looks in the movie, Lana Turner is an accomplished actress.
Yes.
Fantastic actress. This is definitely leans on the melodrama. And there's another movie that she did, the Bold, the Bad, and the Beautiful with Kirk Douglas. There's a little bit of melodrama too. But the movie that made her, The Postman Always Rings Twice, fantastic. And she's outstanding in that film. So always a pleasure to watch Lana Turner on screen. So the money is there. The sets, the sets on this movie are amazing. Like, you talk about her house that she finally gets when she becomes a Broadway star. I would live in that house.
Yeah.
That house was funky. It
Yeah.
was just nicely laid out. I was like, man, and you could see Douglas Sirk loved it because he had the camera like shooting through rafters and like shooting around walls and like up shots. I mean, he was having fun with it, man. So it really showed, and it's a beautifully made film because of that. It's and you talk about how for a lot of this film, it's the Laura show.
Yeah.
It's the Miss Laura show. The change up of Laura's character becoming self-made as far as her fame and fortune that she obtains, as opposed to the partnership in the original movie with Claudette Colbert and Louise Beavers. I didn't mind that because that gave that character that much more agency. And
The Laura character. Okay.
It gave her that much more agency, like I'm self-made and made herself through the right way. You know, she had opportunities to not go left, but she didn't. But it also, to the degree in which there was a friendship or relationship between her and Annie, it made that relationship more pure.
Yes.
Of just a friendship, as opposed to the 1934 version. I believe that they actually were friends, but there was always still that business component there, which, you know, kind of muddied the waters a little bit. This was, hey, like you said, Annie begged for a place to stay. She's walking on the beach with a suitcase.
Yeah.
You know, and not for nothing, you're walking on your beach with a suitcase. You don't know where you're going, and yet you spent your money to buy ice cream for your daughter and some other little girl.
Yeah.
You need to be, you should have been counting your dimes.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, your daughter shouldn't have been getting away from you. Like,
no.
If you're looking for a place to go, why is you on the beach?
Why are you on the beach?
In the middle of the day. You are supposed to be looking for a job and a home.
Yes.
You know, while all these white people are on the beach and on the boardwalk, you should be out there knocking on doors.
Right.
You know, looking for a house and a home.
Right. Somewhere else, because again, it appears she voluntarily left the home she had.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you lucky that Laura said, look, come. You can come home with me. I ain't going to leave you here on the beach with sand in your shoe. You know, you bought my daughter ice cream cone. Come. But this is only for the night.
And you're not the sharpest knife in the fork in the drawer, because you're going to be out here eating sand or something if I don't do something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can only stay for the night. Annie said, that's fine, because I'm like a cockroach. I ain't going nowhere. Once I'm in the house, I'm in the house. Right. Because she shows us this little dingy room off the kitchen.
I sure don't need nothing more than that, Miss Law. Miss Law, I sure is happy to have this cot.
And it's right next to my favorite place, a kitchen.
Oh, I sure do like a kitchen. It's going to make you some hush puppies and comb poon in the morning. It's like, God damn, shit, can I pass?
You know what I'm saying?
I say I'm Arab or something?
So I'm like, I'm
got Dominican.
You and your dancing. So I like that change up. So and so I like that the purity, for lack of a better word, of their friendship.
Okay.
But Annie got on my goddamn nerves because her daughter, Sarah Jane, you're right. From the time that she's played by a little white girl to the time when she's 18 and she's played by an older white-ish girl, because I think she's like actually mixed with some Mexican and Irish.
I have my theories about the meta text. Because when you look at her wiki, it is one. She's Czechoslovakian,
right?
She's Mexican, she's this, she's that. I'm like, you're spending a whole lot of time trying to prove
that she's not
who you are. Interesting.
And you talked about how Annie tells Laura, like, oh, her father, he was almost just as white,
right,
as a white man. It's like, why can't we just say that it was a white man? Look. Why can't we just say it was a white man?
Look.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he passed on you.
Right.
Nah, baby. I'm black.
I got up to make him some hush puppies and he was gone. Then I had this white baby and now I wanders the beach looking for white folks to buy ice cream for.
Do you have a mommy?
Here's some ice cream. She's like SLAVEY PENNYWISE. Everybody floats down here. So.
SLAVEY PENNYWISE.
She pissed me off so much. I was like, white people ain't shit. I can't believe this what they came up with.
SLAVEY PENNYWISE. She got on my goddamn nerves, man. I'm like, because her daughter, she's going through it, like you said. She's like, she wants to be white. She's passing in school.
Right.
She's like, mother comes, she's slinking down in the chair.
Right, because every time her mother shows up, it's never for good. She just kind of blows up her spot.
Well, I mean, blows up her spot. Her daughter went to school without lunch, so she showed up for lunch. That's not blowing up your spot.
Why she go up to school because she's so busy making Miss Laura's lunch.
Well, that may be true.
I have some leftover hush puppies I made you. You want them?
I think I have some for you. These your friends?
You know Weeze's colors. And life ain't nothing but miseries for the coloreds.
I want to be black. I'm white.
Why wouldn't you want to be black? You can be in the kitchen with me.
Miss Laura, can you kiss me goodnight? I don't want my mama to kiss
me. Right.
I don't want no black kisses.
Right. I don't want no black kiss.
I want a white kiss.
Right. It's like, wow, that is horrible and terrible. But then you look in the back and her mother's got a rag on her head, making chitlins,
and her favorite line was like, "Just give her time, just give her time." I'm like,
blackness is nothing but misery.
She was
born,
like you
she
said,
was born. She actually said she was deviled by my race. Deviled by your race? Lord, no wonder this girl is trying to get away from you.
Oh my God. But you're right. The movie forgets pretty much the whole subplot about the passing, and you're looking at Laura's struggle to make her way.
Yes.
But then Sarah Jane's boyfriend finds out that she's black.
Yes.
And Sarah Jane had not told him.
No, well, she was passing.
Because she was passing.
She was imitating. She had an imitation of life.
So she was passing through life. She was passing through him. But she didn't make it past his hands. Because this movie, when he finds out,
it's brutal.
Dude, he smacks this woman for at least 2 solid minutes.
Yeah.
On screen.
Yeah, it's gratuitous.
It's gratuitous as hell.
Yeah.
You talk about meta. What's the meta text about that?
Yeah.
You know, this white man smacking up on this black girl.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean smacking the hell out of her. And even with that, she's still coming for her mama's neck.
Yeah.
Still coming for her mama's neck. Like,
because her mama blew up her spot without being there.
What I do?
Right.
I'm trying to take care of you.
Right. Right.
I mean, So their whole scene, like that, the whole Juanita Moore and Annie and Sarah Jane, that was bothering me. And especially because when it's time for somebody to check Sarah Jane, it's not her mother.
Well, she's just long suffering. I'm just long suffering. That's my whole deal.
Right. It has to be Laura. And it has to be Laura because Laura, as we have shown throughout this movie, struggled to make it on her own the right way.
And she's active.
She's
actually an active female character.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's active and she, like she tells Sarah Jane, we didn't care that you was black.
Right.
We knew you was our Sarah Jane.
But again, no one in the film actually completes the thought.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother's got some head stuff.
Yes.
Like even that, like if somehow, and I know some people have been trying to remake this, like even if you frame the Annie character as this sort of self-loathing black person.
Okay.
And Laura says, look, your mom has some head stuff. You need to grant her grace. You need to this, that, and the other. But again, she's just this static symbol of, I can't even say black misery, because black is a modifier in that, where it's like, what kind of misery? Black misery.
Right.
She's a symbol that black equals misery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even with, the great moment of Imitation of Life, which everyone talks about, this lavish funeral,
mm-hmm.
which parallels the funeral in the 1934 version. But, I was joking a little bit. Hopefully people know I'm really good-naturedly. Obviously, I love and respect Mahalia Jackson. But the tone and timbre of this is nothing but sadness and misery.
And to that point, that runs 100% counter to what Annie said she wanted.
Right.
She said she wanted a grand funeral, but she wanted people high-stepping.
Well, like the 1934 version.
Exactly. She wanted people joyous. Like she said, I know hundreds of people.
Right.
They all love me. I love them. She did things for her. On her deathbed, she's talking about give a crisp, clean $50 bill to the old landlord back in the tenement where they lived.
Well, you get the sense that perhaps she has this rich life outside of being a slavey to Miss Laura.
Right.
But the film never shares it with us.
No. This is where I will grant you your Driving Miss Daisy comparison. The movie doesn't care about that part of her life, except giving it that one lip service. But where she says like, "Hey, you just didn't ask me," and immediately when she said that, I wanted the film either to, okay, let's dig maybe a little deeper into that, or if nothing else, let's cut the scene here as a way of landing on that. But then it immediately cuts. I think Sandra Dee walks into the room and something else happens.
Well, I think, and this is something that I think it does have in common with its predecessor. I think this dynamic with this white woman, you've got to keep her hands clean.
You're right.
There's never a moment in the film where Laura treats Annie as
anything lesser.
Again,
because Annie, mind you, because Annie puts herself in the position in which she's in.
Annie is never actually, quote unquote, working for her. Like, you get the sense that she's paying her.
Well, she's paying her, so she's working. She's the house manager, they say.
But it's like, even as a house manager, I mean, towards the end where Annie is rich, you've got these black men in tuxedos like Paula Deen loved wandering around the house.
And a maid.
But you don't get the sense Annie's in charge.
Right, because you don't ever see her
Right, you never see her
directing them.
Like she's not Jarvis in the Avengers mansion in the 80s.
Right.
She's still pulling shrimp out and she's got on the apron and rubbing Miss Laura's feet.
Well, that was, yeah.
So,
and it wasn't like your friend rubbing your feet.
Right.
This
so
was,
again, this note of "you never asked me," dog. We've been watching you for an hour and 45 minutes. She didn't ask you because there's never a moment where you acted like you had any type of life.
We didn't know you left the house.
Right. And to be clear, my disdain for this character is for this character as this creation of this white imagination. Like, this is very much, again, an example of the type of caricatured black person that you get in these films that doesn't reflect reality whatsoever. And again, and you know, just to sort of land where I kind of landed when I finished, you and I have been talking about this for years now. You know, you get these characters, these black people, they don't have no family, they don't have no community, they don't have no kith nor kin. Like they just exist to serve these white people. And I feel like if, you know, obviously there were depictions of black servants before this. But even in arguably a depiction that's as famous as this, you think about Hattie McDaniels in Gone with the Wind. And there's more kind of pep to her performance. And you know, and even Butterfly McQueen, who don't know nothing about birthing no babies. Like you have this kind of mischief right underneath. Where, if anything, the Ethel Waters character in Pinky is more of the descendant of the Butterfly McQueen character.
Yes.
But there is this very passive, very one-note type of character that, if this is not the first real depiction, I do think this is the one that captured the imaginations of the white audience.
Oh yeah.
So that when they think of it, they think of this.
They think of this movie. That's right. You're right. And the point I was getting to was that with the funeral being counter to what she wanted more of a joyous funeral. It's almost as if this movie, like, no one black in this movie is allowed to smile.
No.
They're not allowed to have any joy.
And the great comeuppance is Sarah Jane realizing that my life will be misery. I'll just have to accept it.
I killed my mama.
Right. The race is going to devil me.
I killed my mama, Miss Law.
Right.
I killed my mama.
Right. Again, it's on my mind because we just watched it. You think about the end of Pinky, where they've opened up this nursing school and everyone's sort of, you know. Yeah, it's moving forward, upward. Or even the end of the 1934 Porgy. That's the 1934 Imitation of Life, where it's almost like what's the Oscar Micheaux movie with Paul
Rose in Body and Soul?
It's almost like the church scenes in Body and Soul. Where, and I think we said it in our review, where like you actually see the beauty of black culture.
Yes.
This,
no,
it is.
No. Again,
I very much understand where Sarah Jane is coming. Like, my God, who wants to be a part of this?
I don't know. That being said, though, Vincent.
Yes.
Would you recommend people watch Imitation of Life from 1959?
Oh, you have to. Like, you have to watch. Like, again, this is foundational not just for American film.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you are interested in the image of blackness on film, you have to have this in your toolbox.
Yeah.
To reference.
To talk about, to use.
Because again, this character of Annie is 100% the prism through which The Help, Driving Miss Daisy, any number of these films is created through. This is ground zero. This is patient zero. Like this left such an imprint on American culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the parts where Annie and Sarah Jane aren't on screen, it's a pretty good damn movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's a melodrama, but it's for a melodrama.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And you?
This was my first time seeing this film.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I would recommend that people see Imitation of Life. I agree with you as far as like one of those toolbox movies, you know, because of its place in movie culture, let alone Black culture. It is. I think it's something people should see. I think that it is an interesting curio of this time. I think this would actually make a really good, not so much with the original Imitation of Life. I think this would make a really good double feature with Pinky, just to see the differences 10 years makes.
Yeah.
You know, just in the storytelling. Because like, and I would be curious, considering the status that Imitation of Life has, I would be curious if people, having watched Pinky, because let's face it, most people haven't.
No.
It does not have near the cultural status that either of the Imitation of Life
I'm
have.
pretty sure I learned about Pinky because of this podcast.
Right.
Like missionaries
Right,
have
start
brought
talking
it up
about
over the
it,
years.
right.
Yeah.
But I'm curious of people, if you watch it and then watch this film, which one actually stays with you more? Which one actually you find speaking to you a little bit more? I would dare say that it would be Pinky.
Oh, yeah.
I still like this film. I liked Imitation of Life. And I would recommend that people see it. But I think it would be a great double feature with Pinky. Yeah, that's what I would say.
All right.
All right, but that's our review of Imitation of Life.